Welcome to your Jetstream Oven instructional video. Thank you for your purchase and congratulations on your decision to enter this nutritious, delicious, and fast generation of cooking. You know, behind this exciting product is our able and supportive staff at American Harvest. We've spent 5 years developing the Jetstream Oven, and we're proud of its features and benefits, and we know you're going to love it. Now, since this is a new way to cook, we want to make sure that you understand how to assemble your oven correctly. Now, we suggest you read pages 6, 7, and 8 in your instruction and recipe manual. Take time, it'll pay dividends. And if you'll spend just the next few minutes with me now, we can assure you're going to enjoy your new oven and have a lot of success. First of all, remember to attach the hinge pin assembly to either handle, all right? It has to go on here. This little rhino horn has to come up. If you assemble it over here, your oven will not start. So you attach it over either handle, okay? Secondly, the lid should be securely attached to the power head, and this is easy to do. If you don't do it, this second safety shutoff, there's two, one here and one here, this won't be activated unless you attach it to your lid. So simply position your lid on a counter, then press your power head onto it and rotate it until this lines up on the top. There's kind of a frosted area on your lid that should line up with the shape on the top. Then you'll know it's properly in position. If your unit doesn't start for any reason, go and make sure you've reattached this to one of the handles and that this is properly assembled. Next, you simply connect these two together completely. You can see that they're even on both sides. If it's off center like this, again, it's not going to start all the way. Now you'll see that this pin is going to go into there when you shut the lid. That's what automatically starts the machine or shuts it off when you lift the lid. Secondly, with the Silverstone liner, first of all, remove the sticker. You don't want it in there, trust me. And then you put the liner into the base. Next, you're going to take your rack, and this is your bottom rack, and it will go in two positions. You'll notice that we've developed and designed several handy areas for you to pick up and pull the rack out. Don't ever do it with your hand. Although we showed you how you can touch the lid and you're not going to get burned, all of the metal parts inside the Jetstream oven are at 400 degrees and you'll be burned. So use hot pads, but if it's in the upper position, which you see now, that's excellent for using it. And if you need to, you can turn it over and put it in the lower position. So it's a two-position rack, and then you still have handles here. Another thing that's important to remember is to just spray coat all of your nonstick surfaces to cure them. Any good high-quality Silverstone or any nonstick surface needs to be lightly oiled and then cooked for about 60 seconds to properly cure it so that it will be truly nonstick. In fact, with the Teflon impregnated racks, you're going to want to spray them lightly before each cooking if you want to get the ultimate nonstick, because they're really tough. They are nonstick, but they're really tough so that you can use a metal spatula on them without worrying about ruining them. Now, the top or hold-down rack has three positions. First of all, you have to rotate the legs, all three of them, into the down position. When you store it, you can make it flat, and it stores very easily. Rotate them fully, and then set it right on top of your other rack. If it doesn't locate very easily, that may mean that you need to bend these legs in just a little further to make sure that they fit inside on each of the rack's spokes. And then they're going to go fine. Now, this has four positions. 1, 2, 3, and you can set it right in the base, particularly if we have this in a down position where you usually will have the lower rack in the lower position when you're using the hold-down rack above it. Okay? Now, the hold-down rack, you can cook on it, as you saw us do in the show, or it's put into position to keep light foods from blowing around in our 2,200 feet per minute air. Generally, once the food's in position, you won't have trouble. Stack food together so it doesn't have room to blow. And then secondly, the main thing you're going to need it for is like the pizza that we were telling you about, and we'll talk more about that in a second. You're really, at this point, ready to plug the unit in. All right? You plug in your unit, which ours already is. You make sure you seat the base and the lid together. If it's hanging up like this, you know, once your unit's hot, it expands a little bit. Just make sure that they are nestled together. Then you set your temperature control anywhere from 150 up to 400, and generally you'll be cooking at simply two temperatures, 400 or 350. And again, your book will explain that more accurately. Then you turn your fan speed to the desired position, which is low or high. Once again, let me show you that. There's off, lights only, all 4 lights are on. By the way, it makes kind of an attractive night light at night if you want to set it on the back of your counter. We have a number of people using it that way. We do at our house. Low fan speed and high fan speed. Now, very important is this. Automatic shut off, right? It's because we've got it assembled correctly. We have a 6,000 RPM motor in here, and it's important that you don't let food get in your fan. The fan has to be kept free like this, or you won't get the high-speed cooking. But let me show you what you don't want to do. If you put something on here that's going to raise this high, a bread or something, and you shut it down and you start your unit cooking, and it's below that fan, you'll see it start to raise, and all of a sudden it might get stuck in that fan. Now, I'll tell you that is not generally a problem. You just have to watch when you're positioning foods in there, and you're going to do just great. If food makes contact with the fan, you need to open it immediately, remove the food from the rack, or just adjust it so it's not hitting, and you're going to be in good shape again. Now, if the fan gets dirty or bent, let me show you quickly what you can do with that. The reason you don't want your fan to get dirty or bent, and I'm going to remove the power head now. See how easy that is to do? If your fan gets really dirty, you can remove it. Here we have a wing nut and a washer. You just simply unscrew the wing nut, laying your power head flat on the surface. Now take note of the 2 washers that are on there. There's a little washer right here. Okay, here's one. And there's another washer. You want to put them back on the same way you took them off. If you forget, like I do occasionally, go back to your book, and your book will show you the correct way for these 2 to come on, or review this video again, and you'll remember. Now, if the fan is bent, and it's important for it to be straight, because if it gets bent, it's going to cause unnecessary vibration and wear on your motor. So you want it to be straight. You just simply set it down here and flatten it. This blade is obviously perfectly flat. You just flatten it carefully, and now you do all the cleaning you want, and then you reassemble. It has a special shaped hole that matches the nut that you're putting it on. By the way, there's a washer underneath it. That one you usually haven't taken off, but remember, let me show you. No washer, you put on, first of all, the round washer, then the fan. Okay, it's in position. Then we put on the second round washer that matches the one that's right below that. It's okay if you drop it like that. I feel good about it. Then you take the second little lock washer, and just make sure that once you screw it down, it's going to stay on. And you take your wing nut and simply complete it by screwing the wing nut on. Now make sure that you get this wing nut properly seated and that it's going on easily. If you force it and you don't have it on right, you could strip the threads, and that's really not something you want to do. We can help you if you do have that problem. We'll get it fixed for you. All right, it's reassembled. Show you again one more time. I'm going to push the power head onto the lid, rotate it till these 2 areas match. See how they are right now? They don't match. I'm rotating it, they matched. It was pushed down first. And I go right back on. We're ready to cook. Now, let me tell you a couple of safety tips. First of all, there is hot metal inside the unit, and we talked about that, okay? You could touch the outside, but don't touch the metal on the inside right after cooking, because it is very, very hot and you will get burned. Also, on the expander rings, we have metal clips holding those together, all right? Those will also burn you on the outside. They are not like this insulative plastic. They conduct heat rapidly, so don't touch these. Never, ever immerse your power head by itself. Don't immerse your power head in water. When it's plugged in, you can get a nasty shock, and we don't want to have that happen to you. Okay, I'm going to assemble this one more time. You're going to get this. I'm convinced of it. Now, let's show you how to assemble the expander rings. First of all, I think I'll actually disassemble one. These clips are notched so that they fit snugly once they're on. Then you just pull them off. And the reason we've made the expander ring in 2 parts is because it's a real benefit. If you try to store this, it's going to take up a lot of space in your cupboard. If you store this expander ring, whoa, all of a sudden it doesn't take up much space at all. You could store things in there and around it. Then when you're ready to use it, you simply expand it like this, set it down with this. There's kind of a rim here that's going to fit in there. You could see this leading edge has no rim. This edge has a rim. So you put it down with the rim or the lip facing up. Then you position the clip over it. There's no right or wrong way, up or down, for the clips. Push it on securely. I'll do one more here for you. It's very simple. By the way, once the ring is hot, you can't get those clips off. They're very snugly on there. As soon as your ring cools down, you'll be able to get them off better. Then you position the ring carefully on the base. Now, what'll happen here is if you don't have the ring positioned correctly on the base, it'll be hanging off. All right? So you don't want, this is not a correctly positioned ring. You want it to nestle all the way around. In fact, the very easiest way to do that is to disassemble the top part first. In fact, it's not only the very easiest way, it's the only right way to do it. You have to add an extension here in order to use the expander ring. See, even I'm still learning after all these years. Now, you say, okay, I'll just put my extension ring on there. What's wrong? This isn't going. You're right, it's not going to go on. In order to assemble the hinge extension, you have to remove the foot. Now that it's removed, I can take the hinge extension, assemble it together, again, smoothly on each side. You can see that's fully together. And I put it right here, right? Wrong. You know it has to be assembled over either foot. In fact, I'll show you. That foot's fine. You can use the other one. That's just fine. You notice I've left my sticker on my Silverstone down there. That has to come out. Okay, now I position my expander ring on. By the way, when we position the expander rings, we always put the black metal aligning with the handles. Power head in position, and again, make sure that the lid is nesting and fitting snugly. That way you're going to get the ultimate in fast working. Now, I'll tell you what, I'll take you up one more ring just quickly to show you how to do that again. Okay, I'm ready to add my extension. Whoops, not going to work. Have to always remove it whenever I'm going to add an extension. Want to see this extension go on? Matches flushly. Now, in we go like that. We add our second expander ring. We're prepared to do our 14-pound turkey in just 1 hour and 3/4 right in that area. Once again, position the power assembly. And we've got an oven that's 3 times the size the one we started with earlier. Now, let me tell you a few other tips on cleanup. First of all, never use really heavy abrasives on your nonstick surfaces. You can use heavy abrasives on your Teflon impregnated nickel racks, but on your Silverstone, use gentle stuff, all right? And a spritzer bottle is an excellent thing. Just take a bottle that you've added a little bit of water, one of those spray mister bottles you use for plants, and add some soap suds to it. And immediately, as soon as you're through cooking, you've removed the food. By the way, let me show you something. Using hot pads, if we've just cooked the turkey, it's harder to get the turkey this way, easier to remove the expander rings and then take the turkey out, okay? But once it's done, reassemble this, and now take the spritzer bottle with a little bit of detergent in it and water and spray the inside. Spray carefully around your lid. You don't want to spray into this assembly, but spray your lid. Close your unit, turn it back on 400 degrees, set it for high, and let it go for just probably a minute. What you'll find is that all of the food that's in the inside has loosened up, and it's going to be easy to wipe out. Remember, food doesn't burn on. It'll come out of the base easily because we don't have heat under there. Now, a couple other tips. We're going to disassemble and go back to the basic unit. Let me show you that again. I just do that so fast. Just hold this, slip that sideways. Again, it sits up nicely on the counter. These don't come off. They don't come off because I haven't removed them from the base handle. There we go. Back down to the very basic unit again now. Cooking tips. Fresh or frozen pizza. Frozen pizza, you need a hold-down rack. You're going to put your pizza in there. Best if you put your pizza. We did the turnovers on the program. We had the rack on the bottom level because we were going to do turnovers on top of this. If you're just doing pizza, always put your rack in the upper position whenever you're cooking just with this rack, or with this rack with nothing cooking above it, okay? Because you'll get better airflow. Put your pizza in the center of the unit. Then you put the hold-down rack over it so there's at least a ½ an inch clearance because you don't want it to adhere to this rack. But you close your unit, start your unit on 400 degrees and low fan speed for a minute. That gives a chance for all the ingredients, particularly on a fresh pizza, to kind of melt together. Then turn it on high fan speed for the next 4 to 5 minutes, and you're done. Putting the hold-down rack in keeps the pepperoni and the rest of the ingredients from blowing around. Once they've annealed or attached themselves to the cheese, you're in good shape. This isn't hot yet, so I can't handle it with my hands there. Now a bundt cake. Let me tell you that the best way to bake cakes in here is in a bundt pan. You know what a bundt pan looks like. A bundt pan is a metal pan, and it has an air hole up the middle. We've got cyclonic cooking action going on in here. And so if you'll put a bundt pan in here, and again, you don't need to worry about metal. You would need one expander ring in, though, if you're going to use a bundt pan. You will make perfect cakes every time, letting that air get to all sides, letting that cyclonic action work. Temperatures and fan speeds. Most often you're going to be cooking at 400 degrees on high fan speed for your small foods. When you get into some of your baked goods like the bundt cake, you'll probably be using 350 and low fan speed. So high fan speed most of the time on 400 and low fan speed at 350 for most things. Again, your instruction manual is an excellent guide in that. Now, if you want to use a cookie sheet or foil racks, an excellent thing to do if you're making cookies or if you want to use a pizza is to just get a 12-inch pizza pan that fits in here, and that makes a great cookie sheet for it. Or, as you saw us do with the cream puffs on the show, you simply, this is already heated up a little bit, it does heat fast. You simply wrap this in foil and you can put things right on it and make cookies. You can also heat your oven and make cookies right in the base with no racks in either one. Another important thing to remember is because we are cyclonically cooking, you want to set your food off around the edge, okay? And that's because we have a real cyclone going in here, and there's a dead spot in the center. Not totally dead, it'll cook twice as fast, but generally not 3 times faster. So you just want to stay out and arrange your food in the high-speed air that's moving around the outside, just like you saw happening when the popcorn was in there. So let's say we set a 5-pound chicken in here, all right? What am I going to do with a 5-pound chicken? Let me show you quickly. I'm going to expand my unit. You've seen me do this. These two will separate. And we're going to put an expander ring on there. I'm going to set my chicken in first, rack in the lower position. My 5-pound chicken, and the airspeed goes this way. You set the opening of the chicken into the airspeed. That'll help cook because it can get at the body cavity. The chicken is in there, not in the center, but off to the center. The bundt cake is centered because it's got a hole in the middle. By the way, it's not a big problem when you have the pizza in there. Obviously, you can't set that off-centered, and it'll cook beautifully. It's just whenever you can, you arrange food out around the middle. Review of the show, and you'll see how we were doing that. All right, the chicken's in. I reattach my power head, and now I'm ready to do a 5-pound chicken in about 30 to 35 minutes instead of an hour and a half. Now, once that chicken's done, and you go to raise the lid, raise it slowly at any given time. There's going to be steam escaping, and with the fan still spinning and it'll shut down, there might be a little bit of splattering, so you always want to try and avoid that. When using foil packets, it's always a good idea just to poke them. That allows them to speed up and a little additional airflow and faster heating on foil packets. Now, use oven-safe, conventional cookware in here only. If you put some plastic in, believe me, that's not oven-safe. It's going to melt. It is 400 degrees on the inside, although the outside remains relatively cool. Spray the racks, as we mentioned again, with a nonstick PAM-type coating, and you're going to have instant release on these. When cooking on 2 levels, you're going to want to put your denser foods on the top rack like we did with the steaks. Also, any of the greasier foods, put toward the bottom because the grease has to blow into the base. Don't use semi-liquids or batters in here. If you put a liquid in, it can literally be sucked up in the tornado, essentially. Cooking times are a guide only. Remember, it will vary with your electrical current, the thickness of the foods that you're doing, the altitude and geography in your location. Do them the way you like them. Leave the unit open after cooking, all right? Once you're done, leave the unit open for everything to escape, and it will add to the life of your unit overall. If you have any other problems, please call us in Chaska, Minnesota on our 800 toll-free number, and we have people waiting there to help you get everything right. And we invite you to send your warranty cards back because we've got the special offer for additional Cooking in the Round newsletters and the Recipe Card Club. It's a great deal. And it's fun to continue getting those and be part of it. It's been great spending the time with you. Thanks for buying our product again. Call the 800 number if you have any problems, and we'll see you on the next show. Thanks again. Bye-bye.
Homeworld is a leading houseware industry publication that breaks the latest trends in kitchen appliances. Editor and publisher Ian Gitlitz has come across what promises to be the greatest challenge yet to the microwave oven.
The Jetstream oven is perhaps the newest and most exciting appliance ever to hit the housewares industry. It's as fast as a microwave, but it gives you all the benefits of a conventional oven. It bakes bread and it browns. Plus, it's exciting to use. You can actually watch it prepare the food it makes. I think it's terrific.
You're about to discover a new 8 appliances in one kitchen oven that cooks food like a regular oven, is as fast as a microwave, lets you cook an entire meal at once, is smokeless, easy to clean, expandable, is made in America with a 1-year warranty, and will give you fresh, healthy food that tastes and looks home-cooked. It's known as the Jetstream oven. This new cooking technology comes to you from American Harvest, a 14-year-old innovator in home products. The Jetstream oven was developed by Dave Dornbush and Chad Erickson. These two University of Minnesota graduates wanted to come up with a way to shorten the time it takes to cook food. They knew people loved the speed of the microwave, but the way it cooked food left a lot to be desired. So they worked for 5 years to come up with a way to cook oven-quality food, microwave fast. And they did it with the Jetstream oven. Imagine your reaction when you find you can cook bread in 14 minutes instead of an hour, a frozen pizza in 5 minutes instead of 15, and a 12-pound turkey in an hour and a half instead of 4.5 hours. The key to this oven's incredible cooking power is known as cyclonic cooking. High-speed hot air circulates all around the food in a specially patented mini cyclone. This cooking action sears the outside of the food shut and keeps the inside moist and tender. Wish you could have food from the oven as quickly as from a microwave? Now you can. Let's take a closer look at the next kitchen revolution. American Harvest presents the Jetstream oven.
Welcome to American Harvest Presents. I'm Dave Dornbush, and we're going to have some fun today. We're going to explore this revolutionary breakthrough new product, the Jetstream oven, and we're going to see all of the things that it can do for your family. It's a cyclonic oven. It's not a microwave. It's all natural. There's no radiation. In fact, it will brown and crisp foods and basically hit kind of microwave speeds. It's high-speed hot air moving at 2,200 feet per minute in a cyclonic or cyclone fashion. 3 times faster in your oven, as fast as your microwave, better quality results in either one. And let me tell you why we invented this, and it's taken us, as I said, about 5 years. We perceived a need. We loved the way ovens did food. They were browned and they taste great. The microwave, on the other hand, was really fast. The oven took a long time. The microwave gave us speed, but the quality wasn't the best. Finally, what we have with the Jetstream oven is a combination of the two into one, and that's oven quality food, microwave fast. But the Jetstream oven is even really more than that. It's 8 appliances in one, and we'll show you each one of those today, and it's 9 different food functions. Now you say, oh, they always say all this. Stick with us, and we'll show you each one of those, and you be the judge. Now, if you were going to do this chicken fillet in your oven, it would take 28 minutes and about 8 to 10 minutes to heat the oven up. The Jetstream will heat to full 400 degrees in just a little over 2 minutes. And then it will do this chicken at a microwave speed. It's the same speed. So let's have a race and let's test it. I'm going to turn on the Jetstream oven. We're going to take this, and the instructions tell us to poke real quickly and put a couple holes in the microwave fillets. Now, we're not going to have to turn the food in here like you might have to do in the microwave oven. We're just going to stick it right in the microwave. Actually, the package tells us that we should turn the food halfway through, rotate it 180 degrees so it cooks better on each side, or 90 degrees. Set it for 6 minutes, and we're off and running. Now, load it into the Jetstream. You're going to hear it sizzle when it hits these hot grills. Just like, there we go. Now, we're going to look at these both after just 7 minutes and see how they're done. We know from studies, all of us, and there's 8 out of 10 of all of us that own microwaves, we use it for 4 things. And I'll bet you can guess what those are. We use it for leftovers, defrosting, reheating beverages, and doing tons of popcorn. Does that sound familiar? But how many of you bake bread out there? I know I don't. How many of us are doing meats in it? Not many people. With the Jetstream oven again, we're getting oven quality food, browned, tender, moist, microwave fast. Better quality results in either one, and we're going to show you that in a second. Let's do a breakfast while we're waiting for that. With the Jetstream oven, we told you about the 8-in-1 functions. What we're going to do is just show you 3 of them at the same time. We're going to fry with hot air instead of hot oil. The food will be covered with air, both sides at the same time, no turning. With the sausages here, we're going to boil the eggs with hot air instead of hot water, and we are going to bake the biscuits all at the same time, and it's only going to take about 7 minutes. Now, let's load these up. The other thing is that if you were going to do this same meal in the house, what would you be doing with your oven? You'd get 2 burners going on top of the stove. and you would also get your oven going. You'd have to watch for the oven to heat up, and you'd get a cookie sheet and you'd put the rolls on it. You'd watch for the water to boil, and you'd be over there spatulaing and turning the sausages. And every time you did that, the whole top of the stove would get splattered. You'll notice that the whole cooking area is clean here. That meal would take over a half hour, and you'd have 7 things to clean up afterwards. With a Jetstream, just 1. Now that we got breakfast underway, and we'll come back and look at that in just a second, let's do a dinner. We're going to do a complete dinner for 4 people. All right? Chicken, which is extremely healthy. We're going to grill the chicken. We're going to do these vegetables 3 different ways, and you can see we have a mixture of vegetables. Here we're doing them with no oil, and we're not even going to put seasoning on. You could if you want, but these are going to be broiled. In this package, we have the same vegetables, and they're going to be steamed, all right? Now, this package, we've got some parquet, we've got a little bit of breadcrumbs, and we've got some Parmesan. Now, these are literally going to be fried, okay? Now we're doing fried, broiled, and steamed. We're going to grill a couple of the fillets down here, and on the top, we're going to do 4 rolls. We're going to bake those, add 2 more fillets, okay, and the apples. Now these baked apples, we'd usually have to put in a chafing dish. We're just setting them right here on the grill. Add a little bit of cinnamon to them. You don't have to put any butter on them. They're going to stew in their own natural juices. Instead of taking 45 minutes, baked apples would in the oven, we're just going to do them in about 8 minutes. Now, we're going to add an onion. The reason we're going to add the onion is to show you that there's no flavor mixing in the Jetstream. These rolls will not taste like onions, and when you get your own Jetstream at home, do this test. Put an onion in there because it sears the food shut, locking in the natural flavors, and there's no flavor transfer. So we'll nestle the onion in there right next to the rolls to keep them good company, and we're off and running on a complete dinner for 4. I don't know if your family's like ours, but we've got 4 kids. We seem to be busy all the time. And if we're going to do a little entertaining, what happens is Sherry and I are always in a panic before everybody gets here because we don't have the food ready. Now, you can entertain in style, come out like the perfect host. In fact, we say that the Jetstream oven makes bad cooks good, and it makes good cooks great. Because you can do things fast, and the fried foods taste fried, although they haven't been immersed in the oils. Now, we got a range of party snacks here. Let's take a look. We've got some mini quiches. We're going to stick these in. These are crisp and delicious, done to perfection again in about 8 to 10 minutes maximum. We've got some chicken wings we're putting in. We've got some of the pizza rolls and egg rolls we're doing, and the Franks. Let's load a few of those in along here. Now you'll notice that I'm sticking the food in randomly. It doesn't matter. The air is going to weave its way around there and do the job for us. And we'll see how all these party snacks. I have a lone potato. We'll stick it in here. All right. Party snacks done to perfection without the extra oil, without the extra grease, in a fraction of the time. And now I go get ready, right? I set the food. I don't have to tend it. It'll watch itself. By the way, I should mention, we're cooking at 400 degrees on the countertop here. So is it dangerous? I can set my hand on there. Now that's hot, but I'm not going to get a 2nd-degree burn. I can touch it. If it were glass or stainless steel, there'd be redness instantly. We'll tell you about what this plastic is in a second. It is high tech. Now you're saying, wow, this is wonderful. You have a ton of food going here, and I see there's no mess in the surrounding area. But what about the cleanup of the Jetstream oven? Well, let me tell you first of all, the Jetstream oven is not only the only expandable oven, but it's the only oven that's dishwasher safe. It disassembles easily. The high-tech plastic that we've used, some of the most expensive around, is used in the nose cones of missiles, all right? It's the first time it's been used in our industry. Glass or stainless steel would have been less expensive for us. We disconnect the power head. This is the only part that won't go into the dishwasher, and the rest is dishwasher safe. Teflon impregnated nickel. It's a low stick surface, and you can use a spatula on it. In the base liner, we have Dupont Silverstone. Another piece that's beautiful is it's a serving tray. You can actually take the food, like the chicken over there, directly from the oven to the table. The ultimate ease in cleanup. I'll tell you what, let's see what's happening with our microwave race. I think we're just about done here. Boy, those are brown and beautiful. Let's see what's happened to the food that was in the microwave. All right. I think you're going to find this real interesting. You tell me which one you want to serve at that point. Here we go. These packages have to be cut open quickly. Now, you're going to see the difference, again, in taste, texture, and appearance. Taste you're going to have to do and see at home, and I'll just pull one out of a bag right now. All right. Look at the difference there. This looks like basically a little piece of cadaver flesh. It has shrunk more than the others. The browning and grilling has happened with a Jetstream oven. And at home, try this. What you do is you cut into it. Look how moist and tender the Jetstream meat is. And the microwave meat actually feels a little rubbier. And you'll be able to see that right at home. That is delicious. Okay, let's check out quickly and see what's happened with the breakfast. We have a family of 6, and this is an easy way to do it. First of all, look at these rolls. Again, breads rise higher in the Jetstream oven. Crisp on the outside, moist and tender on the inside. Look how flaky that is. We can just set a couple right out here. Now remember, all of the metal on the inside is going to be really hot. You might not burn yourself here. You would if you touched the rack. So we're going to move it out and use a fork right here. Just set those off to the side. Crack this egg. Whoa! The egg also is warm, by the way. Okay, look at that. There we have soft-boiled egg. Another minute and a half probably have been perfectly hard-boiled. Very fast, very easy to do. And the sausage have been fried in hot air, not in hot grease. In fact, the grease is blown away, the lowest kind of cholesterol cooking. You're not saturating it, frying it in contact with the grease, and it's gone into the base, and you can see it in the bottom there, cooking on both sides at the same time. Okay, what's happened to our party snacks? Let's check it out. Whoa. Party time, it's perfect for it. Look at this. We've done our quiches, we've done our wings, we've done our little bits of egg rolls and pizza rolls here. And they are crisp, the mini quiches, the mini franks. Again, this is probably going to take about 5 to 7 minutes. Let me cut one of these open. Now, the beauty of this is you've got no oil saturation. They will be crisp as if they've been deep fat fried, but they've been fried in hot air. But they won't be that kind of dry-like that you can get when they're done in the oven. I had to do that. Those are crisp and done, and a little bit warm too. Again, no watching. We haven't had to watch any of these meals. Okay, what's happened to our family of 4 dinner? This needs about 3 minutes yet, okay? The rolls aren't done. This was going to take about 10 minutes, and we're not quite long enough. We've grilled the chicken, we've baked the rolls, we've baked the apples, and let's see how our 3 types of vegetables have come out. If you'll remember, we did vegetables 3 different ways here. Boy, those fillets are beautiful down there, too. We did them broiled. Now, if you don't want any salt and you don't want any oil in your diet, broil your vegetables, and those are pure, all right? Here we did them the way a lot of people like them, which are fried in the breadcrumbs, and then finally the steamed. Oh, and those are moist and tender here. Again, the entire meal for a family of 4. In fact, you'd have had more room if you'd decided up front which way you wanted your vegetables, or you could fit it to the particular family. Okay, and finally, let me tell you, before the show, about an hour and a half ago, we started a turkey. Yeah, and we didn't start it in an oven this size, although you can see that 90% of your cooking is going to be done in the basic oven. However, if you want to do something bigger, we talked about the Jetstream oven is the only expandable oven. We did a 12-pound turkey. I'm going to show it to you now, and we did it in an hour and a half. If you were going to do this turkey in your regular oven here, it was going to be taking you 4.5 hours. And I'm just going to pull it out and bring it forward for you here. If you were going to do it in the microwave oven, let me make a little bit of room. If you were going to do it in the microwave oven over there, it would take 2.5 to 3 hours. So what we've been able to do is a turkey faster by far than either unit. And you tell me, you're not going to get a turkey to look like this in the microwave. You've got speed, you've got quality. Oven quality food, microwave fast. Stay tuned, because we have an exciting offer how you can own one of your own Jetstream ovens. We're going to be back in a second and show you more amazing things that you can do. Going to benefit your family, have fun, improve your nutrition. Whatever you're looking to do in cooking, the Jetstream has it to offer.
When you want a quick snack or a main meal, how long does it take in your regular oven? No problem, you say. I've got a microwave. But when you taste the food, you realize why they say it's been nuked. Well, you're not alone. Magazines are reporting that microwave-only foods are on the decline. Sure, the microwave has its place, but does it cook all the foods you like fast? Now, American Harvest presents a revolutionary new way to cook oven-quality food microwave fast. Food that looks and tastes like it's from Mom's kitchen. Introducing the Jetstream oven, the first round oven to use cyclonic cooking. Now you could cook a frozen pizza in only 5 minutes, not 15. Bake 2 loaves of bread in 14 minutes, not an hour. a 12-pound turkey in an hour and a half instead of 4.5 hours. Oven browned and crisp outside, moist and tender inside. Here's the secret. The Jetstream oven cooks with air, high-speed hot air that circulates all around the food in a patented mini cyclone. This hot air moves up to 4 times faster than convection ovens. And unlike a microwave, it's all natural. That's what makes this oven 8 appliances in one. It bakes, it broils, it steams, it roasts, it boils with hot air, not hot water. It rotisseries, it fries with hot air, not oil, and it grills. Your Jetstream oven replaces over $900 of appliances. Now that's a bargain, and it's up to 3 times faster than your regular oven. Plus, it's the first expandable oven. Need to cook a large turkey? Add up to 2 accessory expander rings. The Jetstream can expand to 3 times its normal size to meet your needs. And look at the way it cooks. You can see all around the food. The high-tech see-through lid keeps the heat in so you and your kitchen stay cool. Plus, there's energy savings. The Jetstream oven gives you a 65% savings compared to cooking with an electric oven. Are you concerned with cholesterol? Look, the Jetstream oven blows away excess fat down into the base liner. It's a healthy, low-fat way to cook. And it's the only dishwasher-safe oven. The cooking chamber easily comes apart, making cleaning a breeze. Plus, it stores out of the way in no more space than a 2-slice toaster. With cooking now so quick and convenient, you'll save money and enjoy meals at home more often, even after the most exhausting workday. Use it for any meal: breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks. Use it on a boat, in an RV. Give it to your son or daughter at college. Take it on the family vacation. There's no end to the uses you'll come up with for the Jetstream oven. It will pay for itself. And best of all, this is a quality American product with a full 1-year warranty. If you own this oven, we guarantee you'll be able to make fresh, healthy food with home-cooked flavor, fast and easy. No microwaves, no pale or limp prepackaged foods. Just Jetstream perfection every time.
Welcome back. During the segment, you saw that you're going to get an expander ring with the unit. Let me show you how easy that is to put together, and let me show you some other things you're going to be able to do with it. First of all, you just place the expander ring on the unit. Now, you're going to need to extend the back section. So you take the base of that section and simply connect it together. That has to be done off the unit. These two will not go together if the base is connected. So pull that base off, put it on here. We add the power arm, and look at this. We've already got an oven now that's twice as big as the one you were working with before. And what are we going to do in here? We're going to do homemade bread. I'll tell you the reason that we didn't used to do homemade bread until we got our Jetstream home, and that is the fact that it took an hour and a half to do the bread. Now, I'll tell you what, about an hour and a half ago, we started some loaves right in our regular oven, and we're going to show you what those look like. Bread is not something you're going to do in your microwave. It won't turn out, trust me, and I think you already know that. Bread in your Jetstream is only going to take how long? A half hour. It only takes 15 minutes to raise the bread in the Jetstream, and we're doing 2 1-pound loaves in here. And then in only 10 to 12 minutes, that's right, 10 to 12 minutes, you're going to have fresh, home-baked bread. What about pizza? Okay, this is an American favorite. This is a microwave pizza. It takes about 6 minutes in a microwave. But sometimes it doesn't turn out so good. It's a little kind of flexible, a little limp. We're going to do it crisp. I love my pizza crisp. To add to that, we're going to just do a complete meal, which might be a little bit of pizza. And on top of that, we're going to add some pastry. Now, we actually use the hold-down rack, as you see. Just putting that in there, it keeps some of the ingredients on the pizza from moving around. Remember, we are moving air at 2,200 feet per minute in here. That's why the bread will bake 3 times faster than the oven. All right, now we're going to start this. We turn it on to high, 400 degrees, and we'll show you how these pastries are just going to rise up. As we do the cyclonic cooking action, moving that air in a cyclone fashion, we're really creating a vacuum. And in that vacuum, those breads and these pastries and everything puff up. All right, now here we have kind of a wide variety. You might do all fish or all pork chops or all steak. What we're going to show you is that you can, again, mix it, and we want to show you how each one of these works. First of all, fish. We were not a big fish-eating family before we got our Jetstream. What happens, the Jetstream will crisp up the outside of that fish, and we put a little bit of dill sauce on here today. It'll crisp it up, and yet it'll be moist and tender and steamed with that kind of mild flavor on the inside. The steak will be done. We're going to cook this for about 10 minutes. We're going to do the pork chop. We are doing some shrimp kebabs, and we'll just stick them right in here. And you know, again, how we mix things, we kind of layer them. A vegetable kebab. These would usually be done in 7 minutes, but the Jetstream is so forgiving if you leave it in there an extra 3 minutes, because they're seared shut and the air is moving all around it. That moisture and that flavor is locked in there, and you're not going to burn it, and it won't be overdone. Put a couple zucchinis in. You can load the food in. Remember, the air is doing all the work. You don't move the meat when we're rotisserie. The air moves. So we're grilling, broiling, rotisserie, all at the same time. Now, again, notice, whenever we set up the ovens, do we have to come back to them? No, they work on their own, unattended, no turning, the air is cooking on both sides at the same time. Frees up your time to spend some time with the family. Now, what about hamburgers and hot dogs? If ever there was an American staple, that's it. Remember, again, no problem with the racks here. So you can put in the hot dogs, and it is going to brown and crisp these and grill the hamburgers, and any of the excess fats, and I think this is really important, any of the excess fats are literally blown away by the high-speed air, and they go into the base, and in fact, we'll show you that all of the fats have settled down here. Never are the meats sitting and cooking in contact with the fat, and that's what makes them saturated. So you get truly low-fat cooking here. Now, I'll tell you what, let's add some frozen French fries and make this a complete meal. All right, pop it in. Now, we're going to crisp the fries. We're not immersing them in oil again yet. They'll have that fried flavor, but they've been fried in what? That's right, hot air. French fries, we're frying, broiling, grilling. Oh, look at this. Again, you'll notice whenever we open the oven, what happens? It shuts off automatically. It has an automatic shut-off. Look at the perfect brownness. Very crisp on the outside, tender, almost done. You can bet that pizza's crisp, and we'll cut into that in a second. The fish and all that are going. Bread baked faster than you've ever seen. You've seen it first here on American Harvest Presents. Look at those loaves. All right, let's talk desserts. One of my favorite desserts is cream puffs. And we spent a little time putting together some cream puff pastry dessert here. Now, this is going to take you an hour if you're going to do it at home, and I think that's why most people don't do cream puffs, which are, in actuality, kind of a relatively low-calorie dessert. But who's going to spend the hour? In the Jetstream oven, and we're going to set it now, 400 degrees on high. It is only going to take 15 minutes to cook these. 4 times faster than in the oven. All of the units are cooking. We're cooking cream puffs. We are cooking French fries. Let's see how they're doing. Starting to brown and crisp, the hamburgers and whatnot. We'll show you them when they're done and take the top level off. We're finishing up on the pizza, crisp and browned, and the apple turnovers. All of this unattended. The meats. Now, these are going to need about another 5 minutes because overall they're 10 right in that area. But you can see the shrimp are already starting to cook. The vegetables are wrinkling up and looking good and tender there. And the breads. Let's take a look at the breads. Let me undo this real fast. Oh, boy. Again, we're going to compare it to the oven bread in just a second. We're just going to put a little bit of butter on this bread. And now, let's get the oven bread and compare. See what the difference is. All right. I think you're going to see that the bread has gotten a lot higher in the Jetstream oven due to that cyclonic cooking action, due to that tornado, essentially, that's in there. I'll move this plate out of the way. Here is the oven loaf. All right, these were the same size loaves when we started, okay? And let me remove this ring real quickly. Look at these Jetstream loaves. Do you believe this? That is amazing. 20 to 30% higher. Does the Jetstream raise bread better than any other kind of baking appliance? You bet. 3 times faster than the oven. In an oven, an hour and a half. In the Jetstream, a half hour. You know what I think's best about this is finally you can do the kind of cooking you wanted to do. Cook from scratch, and it's only going to take a half hour to get breads. Cook from scratch on cream puffs, and it's 15 minutes instead of an hour. What we like to say is the Jetstream oven makes bad cooks better, and it makes good cooks great. The Jetstream oven gives you a 12 to 14 pound turkey in just an hour and a half to 2 hours instead of 4.5 hours. It gives you the 5-pound chicken in 30 minutes instead of an hour and a half. It gives you Cornish game hens in 17 minutes instead of 45 minutes. You get oven quality food microwave fast. It cooks with the hot, high-speed air on both sides at the same time, no turning necessary. Cleans up easy with Silverstone finishes and other nonstick surfaces. And it's the only oven that's dishwasher safe. Cooks without oil, and that is a big plus and a benefit. has a full 1-year warranty. It's easy to store, stores up on its backside in no more space than a 2-slice toaster, is 3 times faster than your regular oven, as fast as your microwave, with better quality results in either one. True smokeless cooking, and 8 appliances in one. And we've demonstrated that here today. Thanks for joining us. See you again next time on American Harvest Presents. I can't resist this any longer. You're going to have to forgive me.